What is up with it? Today we are back with some blue-black Rebecca versus blue-black Usopp. Both of those lists looking a little spicy with the Rebecca running the Tenzon and the Aramaki. But this will be very interesting. The Usopp starting with the Colosseum as well as having Ideo, Rebecca, Zoro, and Rebecca in hand. It looks like the Usopp elected to mulligan, but the Rebecca did not, keeping a Brook, a Zoro, an Oramaki, a Kuzan, and a one-legged soldier, and then drawing into a Sabo and a Manshari off of leader effect, I believe. Okay. And it looks like we trashed a Laboon off of leader effect. I'm not exactly sure why it's not showing the rested Dawn off leader effect, but that's okay. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and Rebecca adding a Bartlemo and then play the Ideo and then swing 5. They're going to go ahead and counter. Rebecca, of course, wanting to counter semi-aggressively as you want to stay at a pretty solid hand size. I have to imagine this matchup favors Usopp. Both decks, playing similar removal pieces, but Usopp's getting the +1, so they're a little bit harder to remove, as well as if you do successfully remove them, then he gets a free draw. Rebecca, of course, also getting a free draw basically every turn, but not being able to swing, and your draw also takes a Dawn. So like if this was a mirror, you wouldn't be able to Zoro the other player's Zoro, but you can Zoro the Rebecca's Zoro. But we're going to go ahead and swing 6, and they're going to go ahead and give us the Bart as the 2K. We're going to go ahead and draw into another Aramaki. If we're able to get the Aramaki on the board next turn, I have to imagine it would be pretty decent. We're going to go ahead and return a Patchwork and a Kuzan to the bottom of our deck. I believe we drew a one-legged soldier from trash. No, that's not correct. We drew a Brook and then we played the Brook. This is also for sure rested. Sometimes the sim can get a little confused with if characters are rested, but this is for sure rested. So the Rebecca, I imagine, will be swinging over this. Yep, just as expected. Interesting that we swung this one instead of this one. By putting this sideways, we give the opponent an opportunity to swing into it with the Zoro. And the Rebecca lags a little bit. At the end of the turn, we'll see what they were able to play off of the Rebecca. Yep, okay, so it was a Leo and it was a Frankie. Definitely something that is being worked on. Okay, so we have the Aramaki. The Aramaki trashing to bottom deck the Leo and give itself +3000. Our opponent is going to get the draw there. Also, we don't have stage. Not having stage here is just a real issue, and we're not even going to try and swing at the Rebecca with our Brook. So I'm not exactly sure why we used this Aramaki. Both of these players are about 3 billion bounty, which is around a little below top 100 on the ladder, I believe, at this point. So we're not looking at the tippy top of the ladder the way we were with the replay right before this one, but not especially low either. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, and I believe we one-legged soldiered this to be a 4. I think we did that twice, and the game just doesn't understand that we did 2 of them, unfortunately. We're going to go ahead and swing 5, and then we popped it with the Zoro. And both of those are going to be, one of which is going to take and one of which we're going to counter. Yeah, so it updated. It realized that we put the one-legged soldier in trash. We're going to go ahead and draw a one-legged soldier for turn, and we're going to drop the Tenzon. So we've definitely been behind so far this game, But if we are going to find a way back into this game, I have to imagine the Tenzon's going to play a part, which we're not swinging the Brook to KO one of these threats, and now we're going to lose the Brook. Yeah, I don't know. That seems like a major misstep from Rebecca. I'm sure they didn't want to lose the Brook, but Usopp has so many tools to deal with it. Even if it is standing, you might as well get the value from it that turn. So definitely a bit of a misstep from the Rebecca. I think trying to leave it standing, just hoping that it survives the turn, but between Zoro and Kyros and how much searching the deck has and how much drawing the deck has, I just feel like that was a bit of a pipe dream. So we're going to go ahead and swing a few times here. And this 7 versus 5 is going to get through, and then we're going to swing 5. A little weird sequencing, admittedly, that we went, we went 7, 7, 7, 5. I'm not exactly sure what that is about. I'm not a huge fan of that sequencing at all. Maybe we originally weren't planning on swinging the Frankie, but like, why would we not? Okay. Oh, wow. And we're going to counter out of this swing. That is insane. So swinging 10 at 6, and we're going to go 2, 2, 1. And now our opponent's going to go ahead and Rebecca, I imagine, grabbing a Brook and playing the Brook to KO a Zoro. And then we're going to go ahead and play out the Sabo. So the Brook is not currently on board, but that will fix itself at the end of this turn. Of course, as you guys know, the replay feature is still a little bit of a work in progress, but it's getting better. This replay having a couple more bugs than the other one posted today. That one I would say went pretty well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this 7 drop Luffy. I'm going to swing 8 into the Sabo. If we want to protect that, we can block with the Rebecca. If we want to try and protect it again, it's going to take our whole hand. Which of course will be very expensive. Or actually there's only 1 card in hand. Thought there was 2, but looks like there was actually only 1. Yeah, so we are going to successfully take out that Sabo. We're going to be able to swing 5 at life, and then 5 at life, and then 6 at life if we want to. I can't see any real risk at pressing W here. Oh, actually we have a Zoro on board. Okay, I'm not sure about that. Yeah, this one's looking a little buggy. But we're going to go ahead and swing 5 at life. We're going to go ahead and swing 12 at 6, which is going to get through, allowing us to draw a card, drawing into a Frankie. We're going to go ahead and swing 4 into 4 and popping the 1 drop. They're going to go ahead and give us a 1K. And now what are we doing with this last 10 Dawn? We're just leaving 2 Dawn up for fun, or? Yeah, I mean, we get to bottom deck the Luffy, which is pretty crazy, but we have 2 cards in hand, no blockers, no nothing. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, obviously we just die here. Maybe the Rebecca leader is not resting Dawn. Maybe they used it to draw a card and it's not showing it. I don't know. Definitely a bit of a buggier replay than the other one, so I apologize about that. I don't know. Kind of a fun game, though. I mean, Rebecca versus Usopp is just kind of just a silly thing. I have to imagine Usopp, like, absolutely dunks on Rebecca. She doesn't really have any tools or access to anything that he doesn't. But then he also, his board is just a little bit harder to clear, and when you do clear it, he goes plus, and yeah, I have to imagine Usopp, like, completely destroys Rebecca, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.